How's it going, guys? Today we are doing our first impression slash review of the death cards for the Trial of the Gods expansion. So let's jump right in and check these cards. First card we have Return to the Cave, add 2 mana locks, heal your god for 12. This might be interesting in like super aggressive type of decks, especially because you don't like you're summoning really low mana creatures and you in the end game you want to heal yourself to give yourself sustainability. I think giving yourself 2 mana loss for only 12 heal, it's pretty bad. I think it needs to be 15. But other than that, I think it's a good card. So I'm gonna have to put this in the 4 stars. Then we have one of the best cards in the expansion. Actually, it's Necronomics. Deal 5 damage to your god and refresh 5 mana. So this is basically a pack stock for death. Like if death wasn't already super powerful, super OP, they just gave us like a refresh 5 mana, a pack stock. You're dealing damage to yourself, but other than that, it's a pretty awesome card. So this is definitely, in my opinion, a 5-star card. For the first 5-star card for death. Then we have Priestesses Advocate. Whenever another Nubian dies, deal 1 damage to your opponent's god. If you want to do a super aggressive type of deck with the Nubians, this is good. Or revivals and killing your Nubians, bringing stuff from the void. This can compound pretty quickly, so I'm gonna have to put this in the 4-star category. It would be better if it had ward. Then we have Scepter. After a friendly creature dies, deal 1 damage to your opponent's god. So this would be a staple in any type of aggressive death deck, because it can stay there forever, like forever and ever. So every time something dies, you're compounding the damage. Even if they wipe your board, they're still taking damage to the face. So this is absolutely really good. It's still 4 stars, it's not 5 stars level, but it's upper end of 4 stars. Then we have Blessing of Death. Your relic gains whenever a creature without soulless dies, gain 2 favor. I think this is like a perfect combo to the last card, like the Scepter. And then every time one of your small creature dies, you're getting 2 favors. You're getting recycles from the Sanctum, so it's pretty good. Another 4-star card. Then we have Forbidden Experiment, destroy a random friendly creature to summon a 3/2 experimental outcome. I much rather have the one that summons 2 anims, so I'm gonna have to put this in the 3-star category. Then we have Nethers Advocate, which is basically the same but in creature format. Afterlife summons a 3/2, so it's a 2 mana for 3. It's okay in terms of stat line, but it's not that great. In the overall sense, so 3 stars. Then we have Soul Shatter, destroy target creature which costs 3 or less, deal 2 damage to each friendly character. I much rather have a Blight Bomb, so I'm gonna have to give this like 3 stars, because Blight Bomb is much better. Then we have Cruel Overseer. At the end of your turn, if your god has 15 health or less, summon a 1/1 Inkling. I don't think this is good enough. I think to be on the same level as, for example, the Possessed Acolyte and stuff like that, this would have to be at least summon a 2/2 or a 3/3 every turn, and that would be pretty good. Since it's not, I'm gonna put it in the 3 stars. Bear in mind it's not unplayable. I would still put it in the type of suicide deck that we're playing. Then we have Soul Charlotten, which gives a friendly creature without afterlife summon an experimental outcome. This is good because it gives you, well, it's an ability actually, so you can give this to a bunch of cards. I don't think this is gonna survive though, so I'm gonna have to put this in the 3 stars category. Then we have Ataraxia. Both players unlock 1 mana lock for each 3 points of health their god is missing. And this is like, I would say it's on the same level of Necronomics. Well, if Necronomics is a pack stock, Ataraxia is like a pack stock on steroids. Because if you play this in a suicide deck, imagine you're targeting the 15 health mark, right? To play those Possessed Knights and stuff like that. So on average, you're gonna have less, 15 health, less 15 health. So that would be 5 mana locks that you unlock for 4 mana. 5 mana locks, and that's like, I can't even fathom. So definitely a 5 star. It's absolutely bonkers. Then we have Undead Chimera. After this creature attacks, deal 2 damage to each god. If you want to be super aggressive, this is pretty good. Then we have that Swatch Curate. At the end of your turn, if your god has 15 health or less, heal it for 3. This allows you to just keep gaining that sustainability, that health. I don't know if this is good enough, but I would still put it in a deck together with the Cavern Arachne. It gives you sustainability after you start going below the 15 health mark. Then we have Nefarious Will. That targets a friendly creature, destroy your other creatures, and then give the targeted creature overkill, and then plus 3 times the number of creatures destroyed. This is okay. The problem is it doesn't destroy the rest of the board, so I don't think that for 6 mana it's amazing, so I'm gonna have to put this at 3 stars. It could be much better. Then we have Trial of the Underworld. Pull a random 5 mana creature from either void to your side, and then you repeat it for 6, 7, 8, and 9 mana. Well, it's an 8 mana spell, so it needs to be absolutely bonkers, and you're pulling essentially 5 creatures onto the board. The issue is you're gonna have to have 5 creatures on the void at each of these mana slots. So I don't know if this is like feasible. We're gonna have to see if this card's good or not. I'm still gonna put it in the 4-star though. Then we have the alternative Cerberus, Garden of the Underworld. Frontline, an 8 mana frontline withdraw, deal X damage to your god, where X is the number of creatures in your opponent's void. So this is kind of like an ultimate suicide type of card. If you don't kill it, your opponent the next turn, you want to be playing this card as your finisher for 8 mana. It needs to be your finisher. Then we have Dionas, Spectral, Skeptic. If your god has 15 health or less, draw 2 cards. So this is perfect for suicide type of decks. You are gonna want to draw a lot of cards, have a lot of reload, so this provides that. So it's definitely a 4-star card. Then we have the Pharaoh. Whenever this creature is summoned, deal 3 damage to each other character. If your god has 15 health or less, pull this creature into your hand and permanently reduce its cost. So these 2 cards are gonna be wanting to be played in suicide type of decks, and this can be super good. I don't know if it's great because it deals 3 damage to every other character, but since it can just come back to your hand, and if you just keep it at 15 health. The problem is that before, with suicide type of decks, once you summon like your possessed acolytes and stuff like that, there's no need for you to stay at 15 health, so you want to heal back to full. With the new type of cards, the difference is you're gonna want to stay at 15 health so that you can keep getting these super buffed cards. And 15 health is pretty dangerous. So I don't know the feasibility of this, but I'm still gonna put this card at 4 stars. In my opinion, it's still good enough. Then we have another champion weapon, the legendary Relic. It's Nefarious Kopesh. After you play that card, add 1 durability, so same thing, and the difference is you remove the durability, so in my opinion one of the better side of the weapon, the relics. And then the ability destroys a target creature. So basically for 1 durability you're destroying 1 creature every turn. The difference is, compared to a Reap for example, this doesn't kill a creature right away, so you need to wait at least 1 turn. But the difference is like as an upside to that, you're gonna be able to remove as many creatures as you want because you just keep playing death cards. And each time you kill a creature, the destroy creature is only 2 durability. So compared to this, I would say like this and Lysander Spear are on the top of in terms of the champion relics, the legendary relics for this expansion. And then finally, I didn't give my review. Definitely, I think this is a 5-star card because it's really OP. And these and Lysander Spill are probably gonna be the cards that push like the meta for the durability removal type of cards onto the current meta. And then finally we have Hypacreus monster, which is a 9 mana 0/1 ward. When this creature is summoned, it gains the combined strength and health of each creature in a void. So First of all, it has ward, so it's pretty hard to deal with spells. But if you play this, and you're playing this in the end game, this card is going to be 20 attack, 30 attack, easily. I would have to compare this to like a Thetis, for example. I would still prefer this card because it can be like absolutely bonkers. The only downside is it doesn't do anything right away. If this was frontline, it would be broken. So I think it's good enough with ward. So I'm gonna give this card 4 stars. I don't give it 5 stars because it doesn't have protected, so it's still vulnerable to deadly cards. So if you summon this, the opponent can do a deadly card, for example Onslaught War or stuff like that. You can get rid of this pretty easily, so that's why I'm giving it 4 stars. And that's the card review / initial impressions for the Trial of the Gods death cards. Next one's going to be Deception, the final God cards review, and then we'll check the neutral cards. See you guys next time. Peace out. Bye bye.